The question comes up from Orthodox Jews mostly, and others. How do we know how to properly slaughter an animal so that it is kosher for consumption when the Torah does not describe slaughter in any detail? It is clear from the scripture that the Israelites knew how to slaughter long before the Torah was given. For example, we are all familiar with the events of Joseph's childhood, in which his brothers tried to convince their father that Joseph had died. In order to enhance their deception, they slaughtered a goat and put the goat's blood on Joseph's coat. We find this in Genesis chapter 37, verse 31. The Torah describes the act of slaughtering the goat as vayish chatu, literally, they slaughtered, from the same root as shechita in Hebrew. These events occurred before the Torah was given in the desert. So, it's very obvious. God did not need to express details in the Torah itself how to slaughter because the practice was already known before the revelation at Sinai. This is very obvious when you study carefully. Shechita in Hebrew was known before the giving of the Torah. So God did not need to describe how it is done. And that the linguistic definition of shechita seems to support the historical practice of all Jews, regardless of the sect. We can take some comfort, all of us can take comfort together. The fact that every historical Jewish movement performs slaughter in a very, very similar way. We can take even more comfort that all traditions, biblical traditions, appears to be consistent with the linguistic meaning of shechita. The Karaites and Rabbinites might disagree about the particulars in the act of slaughtering, but there is no disagreement about the essentials of the act itself, namely that it involves the slitting of the animal's neck so that the blood may spill out, to not consume the blood.